East Podcast, WATP.
Howard Stern has started this new deal at SiriusXM, and this is going to be a wild 3 years. Buckle up, everybody. Howard Stern comes on the show Monday morning, January 5th, with his fresh contract. And this is how the show starts off.
Hi-yo. Hi-yo. Whose stupid idea was it to sign another contract? Oh, my God. Yeah.
The music hasn't even stopped playing yet. He's already complaining about having to get up and do a show. And when I say get up, we do know we pre-records these in the afternoon the day before. So a leisurely Sunday afternoon.
It doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah. But yeah, this is his game plan was to bitch about the fact that he's still doing a show after he just signed his big 3-year renewal.
God, I woke up this morning and go, what the fuck? I had the opportunity to leave, and I didn't take it. And I told
you never anticipate that feeling.
Well, we are cutting back our schedule. I'm happy about that because let's face it, I deserve some time to smell the roses. I evidently not all the time, but yeah, I woke up. I was like, oh, fuck. I was really enjoying vacation. Every day could be vacation. I'm entitled. I'm past retirement age.
I can't imagine being this grumpy about doing a show because how does the audience feel? You're like, oh, maybe I should stop listening to this guy. He hates this. It doesn't make me want to get up and listen to Howard in the morning. Like everyone who's going in, commuting to work or getting ready for work in the morning has a shittier job than Howard.
And this is the highlight of their commute or whatever.
Right. But they're also like, oh, I got to go to this job I fucking hate.
Yeah, right.
Or, mildly dislike or whatever the situation is. They're not making millions of dollars talking to a microphone to a guy who, to a woman who tans too much in Florida.
The typical morning show host used to have energy to get you going in the morning. So it used to be refreshing when Howard, at the top of his game, would complain when the show would start. It was different. It showed that he was a rebel. Now it's just a pent-up William Hurst complaining about having to do anything.
Yeah. And you got to think, like, this is how he's kicking this whole new 3-year contract off.
Right.
It's like you want to think that there's excitement building. Like, I need to be tuned in for these next 3 years, the last years of Howard Stern's run. This epic broadcaster known as the greatest of all time. You'd think he'd be on there like, we got ideas. This is exciting. I would do that personally. I would bullshit the audience and say like, yes, cool stuff's going to happen.
You know what's so interesting? At this time right now in history, John and Howard need each other the most and could actually save each other's lives if they would embrace each other. But it would never happen. Howard embraced the Dabbleverse and started talking about this stuff. People would get as addicted to it as we are.
Yeah,
right?
It'd be like you talked about the first time you came on and started talking about this stuff, you equated it to Eric the actor. Eric the actor is oftentimes referred to as the greatest whackpacker of all time.
I think so.
Howard needs a person like that again.
Yep.
Bobo calling in isn't doing it. Marianne from Brooklyn is not doing it.
Nope. She's doing great.
Stuttering John, yeah, she's in a movie. Stuttering John could be pulling this off. What were you going to say, Chris?
Yeah.
Oh, well, Stern is always hating on podcasters.
Oh, yeah.
But I think he's checking in on them, and he's like, maybe bitching about things is where it's at.
Yeah? You think he's learning something from that? It's possible. Well, the thing I hate about the Stern show is how scripted it is. And Howard comes on, and he's already bitching, oh, my gosh, Robin, I can't believe we signed another 3-year deal. What was I thinking? What are we doing? And you'd think like, oh, he's just sitting down, and that's just off the cuff or whatever, off his dome. No. There were meetings. There's production to go along with this.
Howard's back and he already regrets it. Hey now, Howard's back. Not much time left and he's wasting it on Bobo. Hey now, Howard's back. Oh, I think I hear him sighing. Oh, I think I hear him whining.
It's making me nuts.
Howard's back and he already regrets it. Hey now, Howard's back.
It kind of ruins the whole vibe when he's like, oh, Robin, I'm so disappointed. And here's a jingle that we came up with to show you how disappointed I am that I have to work today. It's like, that was recorded last week. Did you wake up and tell them, hey, I'm in a bad mood? Could you write a jingle for me?
I can't tell which is worse, if he's just really in a bad mood or if he planned on it in advance.
That's what I mean. That's what's lame about it. It's like, this is going to be my shtick, guys. Cool.
And you hear the rhythm was off. I'm part of it. Like the drums weren't lined up right. All those people, all that money, they couldn't get that right.
His staff sucks. And I'm sorry, there's a lot of guys on there that I'd love to grab a beer with. I've listened to them for many years, but they are not performing the way they used to. That's for sure. And it's, top down. Howard's not into it. Why the fuck would anyone else be into it?
Morale is low.
Yeah, morale is certainly low. Especially after they were like not sure if they're going to have a job or not in the new year.
Yeah.
So the last few weeks have been pretty stressful.
Fuck you, Howard. The rhythm's going to be a little off.
Yeah, right. I'm going to phone this one in. Well, you brought up the fact that Howard's probably listening to podcasters. He is. He says something that is so stupid.
And then, I know you got some guys out there, they're like, guys I know who are now podcasting, and they go, I don't know why you wouldn't resign. It's so much fun. I'm like, because you don't have any pressure. Whether anyone listens to your dopey podcast or not is irrelevant.
I'm going to pause it right there. What a fucking moron. Way to not understand how podcasts work at all. So Howard says, whether or not people listen to your podcast is irrelevant. That's all that matters with podcasts. If no one listens to it, you make no money. You do nothing. You might have fun with it. It might be a hobby for you, but it's not your job. It's not helping you in any way.
I've got the weight of the world on my shoulders, you dick. We actually have to generate money. Fucker. It's fun. Yeah, it's fun if you don't care if anyone listens. Your show sucks and nobody cares. You do a bad show, what do they care?
Wow.
Anyway, I'm full of regret, but I wouldn't be me if I didn't have regret.
Well, that's true.
What a perfect projection that was.
Yeah.
Howard's literally on a platform where you buy a new car and it's in your car automatically for 3 or 6 months. People are not signing up for Howard anymore. If they are signing up for it, it's tons of other programming that's available on SiriusXM. And Howard has the balls to be like, I'm the one who has to get listenership. They don't even know what the listenership is. They can't even measure it. They have no idea. Podcasts, it's all about measurement. That's all we have is data and stats, and that's what we get paid on and use to sell advertising. And we need an audience there who are going to support us on Patreon or Super Tip. It's everything what he just said is the exact opposite. And I don't know if Howard doesn't understand the business at all, which is very possible because he's put his head in the sand ever since podcasts started becoming more popular. Or if he's just projecting this on to be like, guys, this is really what's up. Like radio still where you got to perform and pull this off.
Well, it's interesting. I'm wondering what he's gauging, what metric he's using to gauge success, because it's not fans and listenership. It's not response on comments. So when he talks about the pressure he feels, it might not be to have a wide audience that's successful. It might just be to keep his brand name alive, those stock and shareholders happy. And as long as he's doing that, it's irrelevant whether he's having fun or the audience.
Yeah, you're right. The Howard Stern name, the Howard Stern brand is much more important than the actual show, the content.
Oh, yeah. I think they did not want, Sirius did not want to have to announce that Howard was leaving. I think they feel like that would begin this death call and it would all just unravel. So he kept them in check and he's judging his success by, did he get the big deal? Well, he got a big deal, so he's won. And everything after this is like, oh, wait, now I got to do the show? Fuck.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because we're going to hear in a little while Opie talk about the exact same thing. Like once you get the big contract, there's no reason to work hard anymore.
Yeah.
Which is the weirdest way to think. Imagine if pro athletes, I know it has happened, but imagine if pro athletes were to think like, I'll just sign a big deal and then I'll stop working out, start playing video games all night, Lamar Jackson, and stop giving a shit about stuff. So that was Monday's show. He comes back. Tuesday he comes on. And the big question is, you keep talking about this later schedule. What does that mean? What is the new schedule, Howard?
Well, like I said, when we signed the contract, I'm using the royal we, of course, which I always use. No, many people have been writing me saying, what is the new schedule? And I said, well, I told you it's flexible. I'm trying to figure out what it's going to be. But more or less, it's, for now anyway, we're doing 2 shows a week. So we'll be here twice a week, a Monday, Tuesday. That's that. And then 2 feels good, and then that can change.
Is that unbelievable? Monday and Tuesday. That's pretty crazy. So
and it's a drag.
And I know. Can you believe it's 2? I might not be able to handle it. Because, yeah, listen to what he says after that.
We'll see how long we can maintain that. And then if I don't drop dead, we'll see how it goes. And then we'll figure out what we want to do from there. But, yes, we'll be back next week on Monday and Tuesday. And that's the schedule.
What's even the point? Just do once a week then.
Yeah.
So the whole thing is, this show is twice a week. We do Wednesdays and Saturdays. Those are the days that we record. We drop the podcast Thursdays and Sundays because it gives some time in between for new things to happen, for new things to talk about, for us to prepare for another show, all those types of things. If we did back-to-back shows, that'd be ridiculous because we would miss John getting a new house guest. It'd be like too old by then to discuss.
And we'd be jaded because we see each other every fucking day.
Yeah. What a weird work week that is. I was talking about this with Drew Lane yesterday, and Mark's like, well, everybody wants a 5-day weekend. That's like the reverse of how society works.
I mean, touring musicians that are his age that they have to look out for will play take 2 nights off a week.
Yeah.
Maybe 1. They're not doing 2 shows and then taking the week off. That's crazy.
It is crazy because it stops all momentum too. If you do a topical morning show, which I know Howard doesn't do anymore, but he did for many decades, and you have these recurring plot lines that are happening, these storylines, and there's characters that call in, or there's different things that are happening, you kind of need to be on air every day to keep that going. And if you just talk about something that's happening and then we're off until Monday. Okay.
Unless,
Cool.
as Al Dirtbag just suggested, he is recording them on the same day, 1 work day, and then the rest of the week is off. That makes sense because this shit hasn't been topical for a long time.
Yeah, that actually makes perfect sense. Why even do 2 days? Yeah, just record it all in one. I know. And speaking of podcasters, there's a lot of podcasts that do that, like Smartless, and a lot of these shows just bank 2 Bears, 1 Cave. You hear about these guys just bank a whole bunch of episodes. And then they just put them out as they come out, which is why they're not topical at all. And it's just mundane, phoned in bullshit. Speaking of phoned in, do you guys remember we were covering at the end of the year the Howard 9? Howard was talking about the 9 things or the 9 people that were talked about the most on the show. They're going back to the archives and figuring out what was the biggest topics. Apparently he didn't get through all 9 yet.
Oh my God.
And that was back when he was on 3 days a week and he couldn't get through all 9. So he's got 1 more to do. And boy, does he fucking drop the ball on this.
I have to finish the Howard 9. As you know, we celebrate 9 people in the year 2025. We got to 8 of them, which is a record. Usually I only get to 3.
Yeah,
But
I actually thought we had completed this year, but I was wrong.
I left out Tan Mama. I just revealed who it is. Tan Mama. Maybe I should do that now, since I just fucked it up.
Since you just blew it.
Since I just blew it. Yeah. Let me go to my Howard 9. Let me do a build-up. Act like you didn't hear that, okay? You don't.
Okay.
Robin, I'm now going to tell you. We had Lady Boys, Beth, Oz Perlman, Jeff the Vomit Guy, Ronnie and Mike got inducted together. Howard's guitar.
Okay. And then he starts talking about playing guitar for the guys before the show started and all this kind of stuff. So it just kind of trails off. But then he goes into this whole production number about the 9 and introducing that his Tan Mom is in there. It's like, how did he fuck that up? First thing in the show, he just drops the ball by going, oh, we didn't even talk about Tan Mom. Oh, that was the reveal. Whoops.
I don't believe in nothing no more.
I know. What's he doing?
It was like a team of writers hanging on his every word, just hoping he could land this plane.
It's so sad. All right. Well, people have wondered, how is being a grandfather going to change the Howard Stern shows, change Howard? Will it be for the worse? Will Howard start focusing on little kid shit like Miss Rachel? Do you know who Miss Rachel is, Adam?
I have an idea. Kids host.
Yeah, she's very popular. Has huge views online and goes on TV a lot and stuff. Well, apparently Howard's grandson is really into this Miss Rachel. And so Howard's now bringing that to his show for some reason.
Just real quick in the family. Did I mean anything? Oh, here's a clip of Miss Rachel. Oh, yeah, because you don't know Miss Rachel. You don't have young kids around you. I got my grandson.
No, I've seen her on Good Morning America.
Oh, you have?
I told you that. Yeah.
Here she is doing her thing, just for those of you who don't.
Peekaboo. What was that?
It's another business I should have been in. I'm working way too hard. Entertaining children. Like, I have to come up with really funny stuff. Like, if you listen to the last 3 hours, you know, it isn't easy work to entertain you folks.
Holy
How would he know?
shit. The balls on this guy to talk about entertaining the people watching his show. He's the worst at it. He's not entertaining at all.
We have demands like not knowing the answer to the game show question before you give it.
It's incredible that he's like now jealous of Miss Rachel because Miss Rachel gets to phone it in and entertain toddlers.
But when I read that Miss Rachel was worth $50 million doing this shit, I'm like, fuck. Hey, kids. What's happening? This video has 151 million views. I don't think I've put out anything with 151 million views.
Peekaboo.
Why would you?
What was that? What's that sound?
Hey, kids, what's the sound? Moo, 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 moo. What is that shit? It's a cow.
See, the first time you hear that, you're bowled over because
Yeah, I
it's the
guess
first
so.
time you've heard anything.
My grandson thinks this is the greatest.
Ah, a dog makes that sound.
This is what Howard's show is now. And Robin's trying to like get in there and act like this is interesting. It's like, yeah, Howard, I get it. You're riding around with your grandkid in the car.
Yeah.
Don't bring that to the show. Unless you're going to have something very funny for that, which you could. You could make that adult and make it funny. Instead, Howard starts singing The Wheels on the Bus. He's like, this is how I was trying to entertain my grandkid. And he's singing The Wheels on the Bus to Robin.
Who are these podcasts?